Lieutenant Andrew Siebenborn, A-N-D-R-E-W, last name S-I-E-B-E-N-B-O-R-N. Just wanted to talk about a super cool event that the Sioux Falls Police Department's been honored to partner with for now. It's the second year that we've done it, and it really, you hear Mayor Tanakin talks about One Sioux Falls and what that means to our community, and we took part in the Camp Postcard, which is a partnership with us and the Volunteers of America, along with some other entities within the city. And it really, I think if you think of that One Sioux Falls mantra, really speaks to that, where this camp isn't put on unless there's a lot of other people outside, not just with the Sioux Falls Police Department, but other entities within the city that step up. And what Camp Postcard is, for those that don't know, Postcard stands for Peace Officers Striving to Create and Reinforce Dreams. And what we do is we identify sixth graders who are going into their seventh grade year that would benefit from going to essentially what is a summer camp. Trying to find those that maybe wouldn't have these opportunities due to socioeconomic factors or just anything, and get them to a time where they can have fun at a summer camp. And the whole tenet of the camp is that the camp counselors during camp are law enforcement officers that go out there and live the full week at camp with the students. So this year, I believe our rough estimate as final count as far as students that attended was about 45 campers. Like I said, this is a huge partnership with the Sioux Falls Police Department and the Volunteers of America. And so I specifically want to thank Dennis Hoffman from VOA. When we pitched this idea, he was nothing but supportive. And then I also want to specifically thank Tracy Phelps and Sarah Hansen from the VOA, who helped spend most of the year getting this camp put together. This camp is 100% donation funded. It's not a cheap endeavor. So again, huge thank you to all the businesses, all the individuals that donated money to the VOA to fund this camp, because you're all a part of a week that I can really tell you is life-changing for these students that go out there. Not only is it life-changing for the students, but it's also life-changing, I believe, for the officers that get out there. This year, we were able to add another incredible partner that really helped us execute camp more effectively, and that was there's a junior mentor component, and our junior mentors this year all came from Trey Ministries. And so I want to thank Sandy and her team from Trey for lending us those junior mentors from the week. We had the idea for Camp Postcard, started a couple of years ago, and then COVID got in the way. And then we pitched the idea again under Chief Burns, and then now under Chief Toom, to commit ourselves to staffing this camp and to having the resources to go to this camp, to build the relationship with these young men and young women that come to this camp. One of the cool things that does happen with this camp is VOA actually does surveys, both pre-camp, post-camp, 3, 6, 9, 12 months post-camp, and asks the students about what they believe their relationships with law enforcement are. And I can tell you that data that they've gotten from last year's camp, and I'm confident that the data that you get from this year's camp is telling you that because of camp and the bonds that are formed, that their thoughts, their impressions, their relationships, and their willingness to reach out to law enforcement in a time of need all significantly goes up. There's a few cool stories that I'll touch on at camp. I think it's pretty well. First and foremost, thanks to the parents that entrusted us with their children there to have a good time at camp. But I think it's really cool when potentially there's some kids at camp that their parents have had some law enforcement contact, but now they're out as kids, having positive contact with law enforcement. And there's kids that come from a tough background. I know of a kid who came there essentially literally with one extra pair of underwear and one t-shirt. And we were able to give him an incredible experience. And VOA has some other programs and partnerships that they bring on, and young men and women that come up to camp in those experiences, we're able to get them outfitted with clothes and stuff for the week and send them home with clothes and all that good stuff. I want to just read one quote from a parent here real quick, just to kind of not just give you my words and where you're taking it from me, but a parent sent this to us, and it said, "I just want to thank all of you for this experience. I can't express my gratitude enough to each one of you. I know my son had a great time, and I can't wait to see him. You all built relationship with these kids, and you sure gave them a safe, fun, and memorable and most unique experience. Thank you all for everything that you did over the last 5 days. I'm blessed. We're internally blessed by people like you." So we'll look to continue this camp. But like I said, this camp doesn't happen unless it's an entire team effort for multiple entities across Sioux Falls. So like I said, it really fits into the Mayor's One Sioux Falls motto. And again, thank you to the Volunteers of America and our friends at Trey Ministries, along with the staff and folks up at Camp Neesodak at Lake Enemy Swim that really let us put on an incredible camp. I'll turn it back over to Lieutenant Leach.